right. I think we're good. We got audio. Good. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my brand new named channel, uh, Biscuit 10 RPG. Because honestly, just having my name on there was. Anyway, I want to give a quick shout out before we get started about the Red Opera's Tarot deck thing going on right now. They got a Kickstarter going on. If you head over to theredopera.com, it'll redirect you over to the tarot deck. They got lots of cool stuff. It's called the Deck of Endless Possibilities. Right now, I think they funded in 20 minutes. Shit, that's fucking awesome. Um, they got a bunch of stuff planned. Honestly, I just backed it. I not gonna lie, I honestly didn't really read much of it. I just want more for this campaign. So go check it out if you can. If it's something that super interested you, whether you like just stuff set up for campaigns, campaign memorabilia, or just tarot cards in general. I've seen some of the mock-ups; they're beautiful. So absolutely go check it out. Other than that, anybody that does follow me on Twitter knows that I dropped two uh, pieces of D&D stuff today, specifically Volume 5 of the Melting Pot of Nonsense and the Volume 1 through 5, including the new one of the Compendium of Nonsense, which is Volumes 1 through 5. Everything in one fell swoop, all of it free. Go have an enjoy. I'm going to stop talking now and take a drink of my orange soda.
Sweet,
Uh, Alias. Go ahead and give your shout out.
sweet.
Well, I sound like a moron over here. Mm.
I just would talk about theredopera.com. It's something that Jameson Stone and Satine Phoenix are putting out. It's kind of a joint effort between Gilding Light and Apotheosis Studios, in that it's going to have content from both The Red Opera, The Last Days of the Warlock, as well as Sirens, right? A cool new book. And in fact, if you missed backing either of those Kickstarters, either The Red Opera or Sirens, if you go and back the tarot deck for the Red Opera right now, you can add those on. So some of the cool slipcases, foil covers, adventures, and also for all you people out there that may be running games, things like Roll20 assets, Foundry assets, all sorts of cool things like that. It's really cool. And if you just like tarot decks, you can run it with some great art from the Apotheosis Studios and some new art coming out that's yet to be released. It's really, really cool. Again, theredopera.com. And just a friendly shout out to all my buddies over at Lawful Stupid RPG who are off tonight. How you doing? Back to you, Jeff.
All right. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and do the kind of a recap of what happened last session, with one exception. I'm going to finally reveal something that I should have revealed episode 1 to the viewers. Um, and unless they've read, which most of them have not, or have told me they haven't, and I'll take their word for it, at the beginning of the campaign, each one of them wrote a letter home. Now, I purposely have not read these out loud. Why does it keep disappearing? Whatever. I've got one for each one of their characters. At the appropriate time, which they do not know, but I do, I will read it out loud and ceremoniously burn them, but I'm not actually going to because I live in a house and I'd like to stay that way. Um, anyway, that's all the information you're getting on that. Just know that these may come into play at some point, depending on their actions or inactions. Other than that, let's go ahead and hop right into the recap and get started. So, previously in session 2, which well, I lovingly dubbed the Tower Full of Traps, the group picked up where they left off in front of a huge clock tower. After fiddling unsuccessfully with the door for a few minutes, Wretch offers up a timepiece that instantly unlocks the door. Making their way inside, they quickly realize that while nobody is waiting for them, it is not unprotected. Clocks begin firing blue bolts of energy at anyone not stealthy enough to avoid their attention. Envar's Icarus and Rosina soon realize that the clocks have a funny way of telling you that, that the time as being hit with the blue spots, blue bolts, caused them to slow down to a snail's pace and eventually come to a complete stop. After some trial and error, as well as Gelzermo finding a switch that seemed to weaken the clock's powers, they eventually made it safely to the stairs and made their way to the next floor. A room filled with clockwork gears and other bits thrown around as if it was some sort of workshop. Gelzirmo peered through a window and noticed that the view he saw was not what he expected, a time outdated and somewhere in the past. Coming in the same room to a group of 5 clocks, they found their second puzzle. Of course, it had to be more clocks and more time. They eventually worked out the puzzle, but not before Rosina had the unfortunate run in with a clockwork serpent's acidic spit. Once they finally solve that puzzle, another staircase descends from the ceiling above, and they make their way to the next floor. This one filled with comfy looking furniture, windows that showed a world of destruction, possibly the future of Jan Koth, and a strange message written on the ceiling, one which strangely only Invars could read. Upon reciting the last word of the sentence, the word dust, the room began to fill quickly with sand. Suddenly the message changed, and only one other person could read it. This time it was Gelzermo, being the youngest. They were able to read the message, and once again they found themselves with another puzzle. Thankfully, they came to a pretty concise conclusion with that one. The answer to the riddle being memory. They managed to figure that out before the room filled completely with sand, and once again another stairway descends from the ceiling. What would await them at the top of this floor? Obviously, more puzzles or something with clocks, right? No, not so much. This time they walked in to see a pedestal filled with blue stones. Just exactly the same blue stones they were sent to collect. However, standing between them and the stones is a group of people dressed in navy blue coats adorned with a clock face and blue glowing pocket watches, all carrying identical rapiers. And that is where we're going to pick back up, everyone. So, you are all standing face to face with at least 4 folks in trench coats holding rapiers. They're eyeing you all suspiciously. What do you do?
At least 4.
You see 4.
Can I go back down?
Yeah.
Cool.
I pull out
Hi.
the timepiece that I still have from the door, and I'm going to try my bluff my way out of this situation. Maybe.
You are going to try to bluff them into believing what?
I'm going to try and bluff them into believing that I'm like an agent returning from the field, because obviously I have this pocket watch. So,
Okay.
uh,
You can roll persuasion, but you're going to be doing it at disadvantage.
of course I am. I love rolling at disadvantage. Persuasion. Roll. Oh, 17. Wait.
You got a 10.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I have a 10.
One of the cloaked figures in front of you. What do you say? What do you say with your 10?
Hello, just checking in. It's been a while since I've gotten a mission. What's happening right now?
Two of them lower the rapier and just look at like the two in the middle. They exchange a look and they look back at you, and you hear a kind of a high pitched voice. This one's a little bit shorter. Seems to be, I guess, the one in charge. And you hear a gruff voice go, "There's only one in the field, and he's been dealt with. What are you really doing here?" I'm going to roll to see if they notice that you have an imp with you. Okay.
How
Well,
far?
that's disappointing. I thought you would be better informed. I'm
Look,
always left off the files. I'm the backup plan.
look, we know why you're here. Honestly, it's not really my place. I don't really want to do this. You probably got the wrong information anyway. But here's the deal. You're going to have to prove that you're worthy to get what you need. So, how about a wager?
I guess I'm doing all the talking. A wager. Well, what's the terms before we agree to anything?
Well, tell you what, you got three options. One, you can turn around, pretend this didn't happen, make your way back out front, go your own way. We'll be fine here. Your second option, we'll take you, we'll probably just kill you, but you can fight for it, or you can offer us something worth our time.
Worth your time. You folks are all about time here, of course. Really, we just want to not be dicked over. So, what kind of things are you looking for? I mean, obviously you have an end goal with all those time anomalies happening out in the city. So,
Oh,
Hmm?
that's what you've been told. No. Obviously, you're not one of us. That just proves it. Secondly, not our doing.
oh,
Not
that's
our
something to
doing.
know.
So, we know you're here for some of the stones. Tale spreads fast in this town. And we know people. So, you've got three options still on the table. Option number one's about to leave.
Let me consult with my companions because this should not be a decision made by me. Right, guys?
Fair enough. You have 60 seconds.
Talk fast. Ideas.
I say we kill them.
I don't think fighting is gonna go our way, but
Can we
at
distract
the
them
same
and steal
time,
them?
I don't want to fail this. I don't want to just walk away empty-handed.
I feel like at the same time they're somewhat telling the truth. If we're in their domain, their territory, and they're not causing these apparent anomalies, I feel like we should hear them out. I feel like also that we're being just used by whoever hired us to do these things.
Well, if we want to talk to them, we need to offer them something that they would want.
Tick tock,
So
30 seconds.
Don't really
Fair
have
enough.
anything worth offering myself.
Favors. They always want favors, right?
They had a cart.
I have a wolf mask.
we could probably return this watch to them. It's probably
They
not
can't
useful
have
as
my
an-
stuffed snake. They can't have it.
Oh, the watch.
will-
Yeah, we could try to return the
Yeah,
watch.
give that back, I guess.
Where is Wretch anyway?
Oh, he's over here with me. It's fine.
Didn't he
And
promise us this would be an
Grandma's
easy
just kind of has
Get
his
your
hand
get,
over Wretch's
Get
mouth.
your hands off me.
Shut up, please.
You shut up.
We're-
Time's up.
I-
What's your decision? By the way,
Oh,
option number one is gone. You hear a
What was-
slow. You hear a slow.
Option one was us leaving.
Yeah. You hear a clicking noise behind you, and as you look back, you notice that the stairs are slowly disappearing.
I was.
You were on the
standing
stairs.
those?
You went down, so they're actually pushing you back up to the floor.
Okay. I kind of just took Ratchet, sort of moved to the stairs, moved down them a little bit. Okay, so we're going back up. Got it.
Yes, you are now on the you're on the fourth floor or whatever floor we're on.
Okay. Well, that didn't work.
well, I can at least return this watch to you. I'm guessing it doesn't do anything on its own for us, so we would like to bargain, but we are trying to figure out what you actually want.
You're in the city of patrons. You know that, right? You're in the city where gold is basically not meaningless per se, but certainly of lesser value than other things one can give.
So since you gave us the option to bargain in the first place, you probably already have an idea of some sort of mission that you want us to undertake on your part.
No, we collect these. Favors can be traded, boy. You give us
I
a
told
favor, we
you.
can use it for something else. And then someone else owes you a favor.
I told you they'd want a favor.
We don't need
Well-
anything right now. In fact, we could just take that silly pocket watch from you. No harm. No sweat off
If
my
you would
brow.
like to take all of the power that my patron has bestowed upon me, you are welcome to strip me of it now.
he like it's an audible, like literal laugh, like it's from the belly, and the other ones are just like, boy, you obviously haven't been a warlock very long, have you?
No.
That's not how that works.
Hmm.
He's from out of town.
I mean, out of all, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 of you are from around here. Vaguely, at least one of you I've seen around town. That fool right there is going to have something to answer for pretty soon. Anyway, time's up. Make a decision. The rest of them start drawing their rapiers.
All right, fight or bargain. This is our last moment to decide.
9, 8,
I'm up for
7,
bargaining.
6.
Let's talk about those
5.
favors.
All
I
right.
realized I had the wrong character sheet open. I was like,
Alright.
why the hell am I not a warlock right
All right. What do you say? One favor apiece. I don't care if all of you give us each one, or one of you gives us one for each of you. Either way, we'll leave peacefully.
5
Okay.
favors.
5 favors for your lives.
I'll take my own favor.
That
All
sounds
right.
fair.
Sounds like it works for us.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I kind of already owe like 3, I think. So
Looks like you're gonna owe one more, little one.
not a fan of another being saddled on me.
Well, it's your choice. They've given favors. Maybe we just take it out of your ass. Unless someone wants to pony up for you.
No, I'll do it. I'm just not happy about it.
Gotta note things down. Everyone. Okay. All right. Ladies, gentlemen, let's go. You see them walk out around a corner and disappear. Now, the one thing you do know about this room is it's circular, and there's just a little nook off to the side. They're gone. If you do actually search to see where they went, it's a dead end. And about 3 seconds after they leave, you hear a click, and the stair starts descending, which means you are slowly dropping back down to where you were.
Can we
Okay.
grab the stones?
Yeah, I'd say it was a pleasure doing business with them, but well, there was
It
no
was
pleasure in
not.
that.
It wasn't.
I did not feel like it was my time to die. Anyway, let's
Does
grab our stones and get the hell out of this godforsaken
You
tower.
as you're walking towards the stones, Wretch goes, I may be drunk, but we should probably hurry. I mean, we made deals with them, but there's probably more on the way.
Hey, yeah.
Just gotta.
Yeah, we made deals with them. What were you doing?
Not being
I was keeping him
stupid.
from being a nuisance.
You did it.
Okay, we're wasting time.
Yep. I'm gonna grab stones and just start stuffing them into a bag.
Okay.
Yep, I'm grabbing stones.
All right, you all have that medium satchel that was given to you. You just need to fill it up. You're just gonna fill it up and
Yeah.
then dip on out of there.
Yep.
Yep.
All righty. So as you go back down the stairs, I'm assuming is anybody going to be looking around the room at all?
Yeah, can I look around the room?
Yeah, I
All
would
right.
like to make an investigation around the room, see if
Okay.
there's anything that would pop out.
Go ahead and make a perception check, or
Okay.
yeah, perception.
I'll keep a watch out for anyone coming up.
17.
17 as well.
All right.
Oh, sorry, 16.
Despite the fact that it's a pretty massive area up here, the only thing you find really of any interest is just the stones. It's like this was, it's just a place for this, and the clocks around you with the blue faces. As you're looking around, some of you stumble into like random things. Josermo, as you're looking around, you stumble into something and you end up walking backwards again. Rosina, while you're looking around, you stumble into something and you feel younger. You're in there for like a whole like few seconds, and then just time is off. You feel better. You feel younger. Like some of those scars you got like within the last year or so just kind of they just disappear off of your body. You were a year younger.
Okay.
Whoa.
We good?
It takes
Something just,
yeah.
yeah,
Stamp.
I feel great. Can we stay here?
That will be a no. Let's leave before I have to pick you up and carry you.
Seeing that
Please.
happen, Grim Eyes is going to look right at Wretch. Just kind of narrow his eyes, actively thinking about what would happen if he just pressed the imp against that exact same clock.
Well,
Would it make him sober?
it's not a
Because he wouldn't be
clock.
depressed.
It was just a random area in the room. She just
Oh,
stopped
really?
and was
Oh,
looking.
okay.
And if you all go ahead and everyone do a perception check.
All right.
Because Grim Eyes is considering seeing if he can make Wretch go sober.
Josermo with a 12.
18.
I see that.
14.
Okay. Anybody that got over a 10, you notice when you feel these adverse effects as something's going on, there's actually a very, very small shimmer in the air. Like something's just out of place. It looks relatively normal, and as you step closer to it, it kind of disappears. But as you step back and you look around the room, you see that there's random spots dotted throughout the room with these random shimmers. Kind of like this is a focal point for a lot of the craziness that might have been happening. So you can easily spot, that might do something that's odd. And with just the basic understanding that there's been temporal anomalies and just some of the things that were said and what you've seen on the way up here and now, obviously these might be the things that they were talking about, at least on a much smaller scale.
I'm still considering trying to accidentally, quote unquote, accidentally knock Wretch into one.
Okay, and as you're considering this, you've spent about 5 minutes up here. You haven't heard any footsteps or anything like that. Nothing crazy. No sudden portals in or anything like that. Wretch is like freaking out now. He's like, we got. It's like he's kind of like sobering up on his own because now he's freaking out even more because of how long you've still been here. He's just like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here.
Let's go then.
Can you not
Let's
teleport
go.
us
If the
out?
sober one
No.
is feeling danger, then let's go.
Do we have to cross through that hallway again?
There's only
Perhaps
one
the
way out.
challenges are only
Clocks.
one way, but let's find out.
All right.
I'm
All right. As you
Nope.
walk down the stairs, obviously all the stairways are now there. You walk down the first one, you see that the sand's obviously gone, still some comfy furniture, stuff like that, nothing crazy. You go down the next step. The serpent is still disassembled in the middle of the room where it was earlier. You go down to the last one, and it's silent. You don't hear the ticking of clocks.
I think we're in the clear. And
You
Grandma's just
never
gonna
say
walk
that
across.
until you're all the way out.
Grandma's just gonna walk across.
So as you're
Varus
walking,
is right.
down, you come down into the lobby. The door opens, and standing in the doorway is the creature you've previously had identified to you as Majin. And standing next to them is a blue translucent spirit in the form of a halfling woman. You see Majin turn to this translucent halfling, smile, and say, "Told you they had potential." The spirit looks at Majin, kind of a stern look of like, shakes the head, looks at all of you. Look, whatever. I do ask that you return the pocket watch, please.
Oh, gladly. Here you go.
The pocket, as you hold out the pocket watch, it lifts out of your hands and goes to this spiritual being, goes into her hand, and disappears. Now look, I'm always looking for new recruits. So, you've proved yourselves capable of surviving my tower. After you get your little problem solved, perhaps one or maybe all of you would be willing to make a pact with myself. I'm always on the lookout for good talent. You don't have to make the decision now. I'll contact whoever is willing after your problem is solved. Or you can come back and see me. The choice is yours. She makes this offer. She looks at each one of you with an equal stern, like a stern but not angry, look, and then looks at Wretch. I know you're upset about Sarvish's death, but this little tantrum of yours is ridiculous. You know what he did. We are tired of cleaning up his messes. The time anomalies are not playthings, and he was getting out of hand. He wouldn't stop tinkering, and I knew the rest of us would bear the blame of his transgressions. And as you see this last bit of anger pour out of her, directed at this imp who is visibly terrified, just it's Bummersville to say the least. You see that as the conversation's going on, the imp is aging, older and older and older and older and older. Teeth are falling out of his mouth. He's becoming decrepit, bent over, and just he doesn't have long. And he falls to the ground and starts, groveling and crying. Says, "Fine, I'm sorry. And just I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm tired of this." And he just teleports out. She looks at all of you again. Majin just stands there smiling. And they both walk off and disappear.
Well, that's not the weirdest thing we've seen today.
He really was useless. Did he do anything useful for us?
Well, he got us here, but other than that, he was just kind of a nuisance.
I
He
feel like we
lost
could
the
have
cart.
walked.
But we're still gonna have to keep our fever to kill the one who killed his master, or is he just not gonna pursue that?
He did say he gave up. I assume he's not going to be able to collect on that.
So
Now, where is that cart?
Yes.
as you're discussing this, you start to see the faint rays of dawn appearing over the horizon as you start to exit the tower. Now it looks like your next step is to either A, go get that cart,
Find the
or you
cart.
can go report in and worry about the cart later. It's your choice.
Both? Both?
Is
Both? Oh,
one
both
on
is good.
is one on the way to the other?
The cracked. So Rosina, you are familiar with this side of town. You're actually on the side of the bridge that you started on. So you're back on the yonder side. The
We'd have
little
to go to
helper is
Kath.
on the Cathrak side, and you
Uh,
would have to cross the bridge again. So your choice. You are
Let's
definitely
go.
closer to the cracked pact to meet Kioran or Kioran's associate.
I think we're gonna
What?
have to check in then.
Yeah,
Why don't we
let's
try to
check in.
Let's
fix our
let's
pacts?
wander over
Let's-
yonder, definitely.
Nicholas, did you know those two kinsmen of yours where I left my cart with one of them by chance? Did you know them personally?
No, I didn't know them personally.
Okay.
Honestly, be careful. They said they left their clan, and
Is that
well,
not good? Is that a bad omen?
the bear kind are clan based. I mean, I'm not part of a clan, but that's because I have my husband. But but typically, bears who leave their clan on their own, even that pair, they're typically more dangerous because they either left because they had reasons, usually a quest of some sort, or they were kicked out.
Mm.
Either way, well, either way, be wary. I mean, we don't have these claws for nothing.
If we are too far away from that area, we might as well go check in as well. There are a lot of questions that are, at least from my understanding. So, do we owe who was that woman, that ethereal astral person, and who was that? Do you people know who that tiefling person was too? I am very confused.
The wretch called him the betrayer.
Right,
Majin
Them?
the betrayer.
Majin, but who
Were
is
they-
this person?
Are they
Well,
male
there
or
are
female?
two
I
They're
actually
on our
couldn't tell.
side.
They're called the betrayer. I would
And-
assume they're on their own
And,
side.
and they see potential in us. I don't like that.
I believe Majin works with the cursed king. Is that right?
The
That
accursed
doesn't sound
king.
even better.
That is an awful title.
I don't want to be affiliated with these people.
Yes, I also was confused by
Now I
this
feel even
offer.
worse about making a deal with their lackeys. Are they on the same side? The people we make deals with? Does anyone know?
So
be
Make
honest,
deals with
Sure.
strangers.
Rosina, you know
shit.
from just living in the city for as long as you have, the bits of lore that you've picked up is that the accursed king is the one that keeps the balance in play between the patrons and the warlocks and just general people that live in the city. They are in a constant balancing act, making sure that the patrons are happy and appeased, making sure that there's checks and balances on both sides between warlocks and the patrons. So they have a very, very important job making sure that this place doesn't literally go to shit. So the accursed part of it is literally a moniker for the shit that he has to deal with, among
So
other things.
Majin's not inherently evil necessarily, just, part of their job and part of the king's job is making sure the pacts all stay sound, basically.
If
I mean,
Okay then.
if that's the case, it sounds like either of them are the people we want to be around if we want our own broken.
Good point.
well,
Okay.
let's go check. Let's go check in. We can worry about the cart later. I want to get back to full strength so we can actually handle getting across that bridge.
Same.
We handled it fine the first time.
It's true. It wasn't so formidable.
All right.
And if we do cross again, I'm keeping an eye on you so you don't buy another cart.
No, it'll be me that buys it this time.
My money, Icarus. I could do what I want with my money.
All right. So I'm assuming you're all headed back to the cracked pack.
Yes.
You all head back. It's early morning, so I mean, people are at best maybe waking up, or they're sleeping off a drunk from the night before.
Zelmaro's hating all this. He's got his hood up because he hates the sunlight.
Yes. So you manage to make it back to the crack pack. There's literally not much going on. It seems pretty calm. You make your way back. It takes you about 15 minutes. It's not that far from where the tower was. Um, you end up making it back. The sentry who you're supposed to report into is kind of sitting in the corner, half dozing off, just waiting. Oh, you're back?
Wake up.
Yep.
We're back.
Oh,
Grimeyes looks a little bit startled for a moment. Did I remember to grab my bouncy ball?
you did not.
Darn it. Reason to go back, I guess.
I guess. All right. So it looks at all of you and says, "Did you accomplish the mission?
Yes.
Let me see the bag." Takes the bag, looks at it. You see him pull a stone out of his pocket. Just kind of quietly meditates for a second, holding the stone. Says, "All right, it's going to take about an hour to prepare this ritual. So, honestly, just be back here in an hour, and then she'll take care of the rest." And he walks off and goes to sit at the bar, kind of guarding the sack thing. So you all have an hour before this is going to take place.
How long did it take us to get to
The other side,
yeah.
due to your meandering and shopping, it took about 45 minutes to an hour the first time. But if you just kind of went across, you should be fine. You should be
Okay.
able to get over there, get back with like 10, 15 minutes to spare.
I'm going to do something that's probably going to weird out pretty much the entire rest of the party. I'm going to pull out a tooth. I'm just going to leave it in the corner.
Okay.
Using my my eerie token.
Okie dokie.
That's an interesting thing you do.
Very eerie.
Yeah. Courtesy of the first agreement I made with a fae.
What does it do?
Oh, I can look at the surroundings around it until I rest. Can really only do it like once.
How many agreements with Faye have you made?
2. First one was fine. I didn't mind that one. It was the second one that I'm trying to undo right now.
How
Same
did
here.
you come by this second deal?
My circus was failing. I tried to find something to make it better. Heard tell of a creature called the Ringmaster. Thought they could help. Nope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I pull out the moon rod that it took
Oh,
and
yeah.
give it back.
Thank you.
I guess I don't need that anymore.
No.
All right. So you're all discussing, at least for the time being. While that discussion's going on, is anyone else doing anything? Okay.
I was just gonna short rest actually because I lost some hit points.
Okay.
I was gonna leaving the tooth there. I was gonna go get the cart with Jill Zermo.
Okay.
Or
Joe
attempt
Zelma's
to get the cart.
Yeah, Joe Zelma's actually going to stay. He's not a daywalker. He's going to stay inside.
All right, I will go to get the
fine.
cart.
Okay.
And
Thanks,
I'm
Grimeyes.
leaving the tooth so I can keep an eye on things.
Fair enough.
Wait, you're
All right.
leaving the tooth so you can keep an eye. That doesn't.
I
Wait.
can. Would
Fae
you prefer
magic.
a fingernail or
Joe
some
Zermo,
of my
as-
hair? Because
as
I
grandma-
can do either.
As Grimeyes leaves, Joe Zelma pockets the tooth.
Hey, you know what? That's useful.
I get
Fantastic.
abducted. You'll know.
And then Joel Zerno's
I
gonna
figured out
remind
which
us that
fairy is Jalzermo's patron. Collecting teeth. It's Danhausen.
The
the tooth fairy.
Tooth fairy.
It's Danhausen. Very nice, very evil.
Fantastic.
Oh,
All right.
you go do that.
I'm gonna go and try to find the cart.
So go ahead and expedite it. You make your way across. You get across the bridge. The guards that are normally there, it's vacant. You see like one guard kind of standing there. Looks at you. Just says going by. It's like a nod of recognition. You've been through. Obviously, you're fine. So you can go
Is
ahead.
there a hedgehog? Is there a plushie sticking out his
Yeah,
pocket?
is it the one with the plushie, or is the one with the plushie?
No, the one with the
conspicuously
plushie is
absent?
gone, and so is the one that was the
Oh
captain.
no, he's being punished.
Aw.
All right.
So you make it back there. I'll go ahead and expedite it. You don't run into anything crazy, nothing weird. You end up making it back. The two bears, the two bear folk, as it were, called in kind, they are standing at the door, arguing amongst each other. No, it's your fault. You let them take it. I don't understand. Oh shit, brother, one of them is back. Not the whole guys, but the guy. So they look at you and be like, "Yes, how can we help?"
Did somebody take the cart?
No, cart's still over there. Feel free to
Oh, okay,
take.
cool.
Make a perception check.
21.
There's a bunch of stuff missing from the cart.
Okay. How much?
I'd say about a third of it is gone.
Okay. It's not really my cart nor my problem. I'm just gonna grab it and return it to Joel Zermo and let him figure out what he wants to do with that information.
Have a good time. See you next spring. That's not how the joke goes. Shut up. So
Hi,
you
guys.
make your way back. No issues. You've got the cart. You make it back with about 5 minutes to spare because of
Alright.
this weird interaction. And
Oh, shit. When I notice that there's a third of it missing, I
Mhm.
am going to use the telepathic message ability to hopefully tell Joel Zermo that some of the stuff is missing.
Okay.
So he has a little bit of time before I return
Okay.
to deal with that loss.
So you got a message saying, "Hey, your cart is missing some items, about a third of them. What do you want?"
Joe Zermo's just not going to respond.
Just dead silence. All right. All right. So with no response, you head back? Okay. And with that being the case, you make it back just about a minute and a half before Kioran walks through the door. And she walks in, she's chewing a cigar as always, be like, "All right, I hear you did good. Did you figure out what the problem was with those time anomalies?"
As far as I can ascertain from the people that we talked to, it wasn't the Evermores themselves doing it. It seemed to be some sort of rogue member. They took care of it themselves. That was the one that got killed that you found the other night.
Oh, so taking care of the problem. So they're working on the. You assume that they're working on the time anomalies and fixing them, then, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
They said something about him tinkering with it, so that was what was happening.
All right, gentlemen, ma'am, follow me. We'll go ahead and let's get this done with. This is So tired of this. Every time. Everybody always wants me to do this. All right. So you all head back into a room that wasn't there earlier. She walks to a wall, pushes on a you would guess some sort of panel, but there's not. It's her hand just kind of moves slightly into the wall and it pushes aside and opens up. You walk in and there's a big 30 by 30 foot room. So and in the middle is
Nice.
a chalice of sorts. And she walks over to it and she pulls out, the remnants of what you can assume was the stones. They've been ground into like a fine powder, and she starts pouring them into the chalice. And she says, "All right, everyone, gather around. This one's gonna be fun. All right. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to remember, each one of you, in your own minds, the happiest memory you had from before you made this terrible pact. And each one of you," she pulls out a silver dagger. She says, "I need you to put 1 drop of blood in the middle here. You're all going to take 1 HP of damage putting the blood in there."
Alrighty. Gladly. As long as it gets rid of this damn pack.
As I add the drop of blood, not the weirdest thing I've done today.
What's the weirdest thing you've done today?
Mm,
Probably
the
got
whole
put in
tower thing.
stasis.
I got lifted by not a average sized woman. It was a little strange, getting stuck. Anyway,
It
moving
was
on.
strange to watch too.
All right. So as you each put a drop of blood in here, you start to feel the power in the room rise. One by one, as the droplet hits, the blood stains momentarily the blue stones in the chalice, and then sinks in, and it starts to glow brighter and brighter. And as it glows brighter and brighter, and you're thinking these thoughts of happiness and joy, you're taken back in your minds. Uh, your spirits are raised. You've never felt this good in your entire life. It's like a huge burden has been lifted off of you. Um, you can't honestly remember the last time you felt this good. Not in the sense of like, I think I just found the best drug of choice in the world. It's more like literal dopamine euphoria from just better times floods through your mind. You feel rejuvenated, and at the same time, uh, this goes on for about an hour, and then finally you
Wow.
see her standing in the center, um, and she's just kind of muttering something under her breath, and then it like as this goes on, you're sitting there. You don't even notice the time passing. It's just zen. And suddenly she screams and slams her hand on top of the chalice, shattering it. And the dust explodes out into the air and it just disappears. And the moment that happens, the feelings you had, gone. The feeling you had of being tied to an otherworldly being outside of one of you, I believe, is gone. You are once again yourselves. And now, with all of this having been said and done, you are exhausted. You are suffering from exhaustion. 1 level. And with that, we'll pick back up here in a moment while we go switch out some of their character sheets and give them back what they're supposed to have. We'll be back, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Still in the same places. Okay, we're good. All right. Now that we've got everyone's characters updated and everyone's back to their former glory, and now extremely tired from a long night and an even longer ritual added on to it, you are all tired. Thankfully, this place doubles as an inn. So, Kioran is actually one of the most well-known people, kind of a proprietor of this particular inn. She says to all of you, if you need a place to rest, um, go ahead. Go ahead and take a rest. I got to take care of some stuff, and I'll see you all in the morning.
So I have a little bit for my character that I want to do real quick before
Sure.
we go rest. It's relating to my actual patron. So we're all just standing there. We're just tired, and then all of a sudden, you just hear something start to rattle. And you all look around. I look in my pocket. I was like, oh shit, right. I pull out a little compact mirror. I flip it open, I put it up to my ear, and yes, hi, yes, I got the fake pack broken. Yes, I'm back. We're back to the normal contract. Sorry that happened. Come on, you know it wasn't my fault. That guy was a douche. Do you have a name for me? No, still working on it. All right. Well, let me know if you need me to do anything. Sorry about all this, and we'll get back to our regular schedule hopefully soon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good night. Bye.
Right as you're about to hang up, the last thing you hear from that compact is, maybe next time you won't fail my test.
God.
And then it clicks off.
Is he speaking to a clam?
I don't
Is
know
that-
what
Is
that
that his
is.
husband?
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
No. Yes. It's complicated. It's complicated. The Fae have a sort of, I don't know the right way to say it, affinity for mirrors. I mean, it's not really their domain, but they like to use them. So that's the way we set up communication. So he's not just shouting into my head every 5 minutes. So anyway.
All right.
Oh,
So,
real quick, Jeff, during the long rest, this is a character class feature. In that wagon, that cart, is there a bunch of non-magical items in there? Just by out of random.
as far as you can tell, they're all non-magical.
Okay, perfect. Then during the long rest, with new purpose because of the loss of revenue that he was going to make from this cart, he's going to use a long rest to magically tinker 5 of those items into magical items.
Okay. So don't change anything yet. We'll wait until the long rest is over, and then I'll let you make the changes that you need to make. So you all start heading up to your rooms. Some of you are upstairs. A couple of you are downstairs. I'll let you pick whichever you like. There's a few other rooms that are obviously already taken, and there you go. So who is going to sleep immediately? All right, Grimeyes, Icarus, and Vars Rosina. Gelzermo, you're going to be awake. Okay. Obviously, you're going to be tinkering during your long rest, so.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long. It's just I have to take a long rest to do those things.
Okay,
so.
cool. All right. So, how long are you gonna? I mean, honestly, with the tinkering, it probably takes a little bit, and then it's finished in the morning.
I would say because it required a long rest required 8 hours, but I can technically do 2 hours of not really do anything. I would say 2 hours would be suffice.
Okay. All right. So, as you're all sleeping, and as you're all laying down to finish up, Gelzermo, you're super exhausted. You're beating your head against the wall. The tinkering is, it's your comfort zone, but even that really can't suffice for a good night's sleep. So you get about an hour and a half in, and then you're like, I'll fiddle with this in the morning. and get it finished up then. So I need everyone to make a perception check while you're sleeping.
So at disadvantage.
Actually, I need you all to make a perception check as you enter your rooms.
Perception into
Is
my
this-
room.
Is this before or after our point of exhaustion? Because
This is after, so it's going to be at
After,
disadvantage.
Oh,
Oh,
crap.
well, I can't. I
I'll roll
can't
again.
do any worse than what I rolled, which was a natural 1 plus 10 for 11.
I'll roll again, I guess. I had a nat 20, but no.
12 for Joe Zamro.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Or-
anyone that
11.
got over a 10, as you walk in, you see that there's a totem. Just this weird little. It's like just a totem of a man sitting cross-legged on the side, the little side table there next to the bed. Just there. Anyone that got over a 10, I need you to roll an intelligence check, please.
Still at disadvantage.
Yes. Because you are sleepy.
Ability checks aren't affected by
Oh,
exhaustion. I thought it
hang
was
on.
just skill checks. I might be wrong.
Okay, yeah, it might not be. All right, yeah, then you don't have to roll those at disadvantage. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Oh, no,
my,
it's-
so my
it is
20
ability
valid.
It is all ability. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, still disadvantage.
Oh,
Thank you, Invars. All right, anybody that got over a 10, you recognize these items as something that was on the cart. Just a random. It's like it's on from the cart that Gelzermo bought.
Got a 9.
So there's this totem in our rooms holding items that were stolen from the cart.
No, the totem is
Oh.
just it. Like there was a bunch of them on the cart, and you just happen to recognize. Oh, look, I've seen these on my cart, or I've seen those on the cart that we purchased. So there was a few of them. So it's not like it's like, oh, this is obviously a thing that was stolen. You just notice that they're connected.
That thing is weird, and I don't like it.
Okay.
Is there anyone
just-
else in the room or in the area, or is it just?
It's just you and whatever's in the room. Just a bed, a side table, a totem, some parchment, and a inkwell and a pen. So if you want to write a note to whoever. Yeah,
Okay.
standard room stuff. And I guess a corner for your packs.
I'm just gonna take my glamour weave and I'm just gonna put it on top of the idol.
Okay,
So it's just covered now.
cool. All right, anybody else doing anything?
I'm just going to sleep. I didn't notice anything. I'm just like, that's
Okay.
weird. Okay, night.
All right.
Yeah, it's just spooking me. I'm gonna cover it up.
Joe Zamro would actually like to cast Identify on the idol.
Okay. It's not magical.
Okay.
It's just whatever. It looks like someone bought this and decorated your room with it.
Okay.
I toss mine into the corner where the pack goes.
Okay. All right.
Rosina's like she hasn't even put her armor back on. She's just gonna collapse in bed.
All right. Cool. All right. So you're all sleeping. It's about that point. You're like, oh, I'm exhausted. I'm done. I'm just snoozing away. I need everyone to make a perception check at disadvantage. Even now, I will tell you this, Grim Eyes, had you not already had disadvantage, you would have been at disadvantage.
Oh, I figured. Perception, you said?
Yep.
All right.
10 for Joe Zamro.
Can't roll
I
anything
keep
less
roll-
than 11.
Keep rolling 20s and then
That's a
getting
dirty
something
20.
else. 6.
All right. So
13.
13. All right. So no one got over a 16 except for nope.
30,
oh,
20.
you got over the 16. Okay. You kind of in your stupor, you hear something, like something's cracking, and you kind of open up your eyes and you look over. And while that's going on, I need everyone else to make another perception check at disadvantage.
Nope, don't like that. What is that?
Torturing me. Oh, come on.
15 for Josemo.
Okay.
5.
10.
Oh, shit. All right. Here we go. All right. Grim Eyes, you are the one that notices this. You hear the cracking, and as you start to orient yourself, you're still so tired. But something's not right. And you hear a cracking noise coming from underneath your glamour weave.
Um. Okay. Don't like that. I'm going to how well lit is my room?
If you turned out any of the candles, it's completely dark.
I'm gonna cast some dancing lights
Okay,
just
there you
in
go.
the corners.
Okay, you
What
are
the
able to
hell
see.
is going on over there?
Yep. So you, the cracking's starting to get more intense. The rest of you, you all, your dreams started out however they normally do. Some of you dreaming of like happier times. Some of you, Icarus, dreaming of your husband, and you know, having a romantic dinner. Gelzermo, you're dreaming that all of your business ventures have gone successfully. Rosina, you are just you're the leader of your little pack of mercenaries in your dream. Invars, you have become the scion of your god. It is the things you've always dreamed of. And then each one of you in turn, as your dreams are hitting their climax, their epoch, as it were, everything starts to crumble as you hear in your head, wake up, wake up, wake up. You need to, and just everything about your dream literally inverts. You, Icarus, your husband and you are having a fight. It's a knockdown, drag out fight. Gelzermo, you are in ruins. You're penniless in the streets, being kicked around. Rosina, you have been slain in battle. You lay dying on the floor. Invars, your god has forgotten your existence. And you each wake up. I'll get back to you in a second. Grim Eyes, you have exactly 6 seconds.
I'm gonna cast the
It's okay.
I thought I took this spell, and no, I took compulsion instead. I thought I took greater invisibility. I was gonna
Oof.
try to make myself invisible.
Ooh.
No, that doesn't work. I'm gonna make a snap judgment. Assume this is some manner of creature. I'm gonna cast fear.
Okay. Do. Oh, hang on. I'm on the wrong damn page.
And I'm aiming it towards the cracking noise.
Okay. The cracking
Um,
noise apparently needs to make a save.
in doing so, I do lose dancing lights, so it is now dark once more.
Okay. What is your save?
It is a 17.
What kind of save? Is it wisdom? Charisma?
Wisdom, yeah. Wisdom 17.
You hear a screeching noise as your glamour weave starts moving and starts flying off the desk and starts literally skittering across the floor and ends at a wall and is not moving. Everyone else, I need you to make strength saves at disadvantage as you wake up and you feel on your face just this weird, disgusting plasma-esque creature. It's kind of like a big worm, but it's got tendrils sticking out of it and it's digging into your eyes and your mouth and your ears.
Strength. Oh, come
Oh,
on.
no.
Why can't that be my...
18.
Oh, 14.
20.
Big $5 foot. No, man.
I forgot I had dark vision, so I'm not lost by the ability to no longer see.
Perfect.
It just gave me some color for a little moment there.
All right, so anybody that got over a 13, you manage somehow to just literally rip this thing off, and it's pulling. Like, you feel your face being stretched just as it tears at you as you're pulling it. Like, it's got a tendril like slightly next to your eye, and you're pulling it and it's just yanking, and it's literally like trying to pull worms out of your nose and out of your eyes and out of your ears, and you just rip it and you throw it to the floor, and you see this weird protoplasmic, just disgusting worm-esque creature, and it screeches and it starts running out to, it's finding a crack. It's trying to run out the door, and about this time all of you start hearing screaming throughout the inn. People are just terrified and screaming, and just, it's bloody murder. You hear chaos going on outside. You hear people with their death rattles screaming and then he just and just cuts off, and screaming is everywhere. And Gelzermo, I need you to make another strength save at disadvantage.
Well,
It is digging further into you.
God bless it.
As you were all like slowly, kind of getting your feel of what's going on, you hear a familiar voice, semi-familiar, but a it's a deadpan, just terror-filled scream coming from the voice of the cart owner. You hear him down the hall about another couple of rooms. And
I run.
The cart owner?
yeah,
Gelzermo.
Gelzermo,
He
Oh,
owns the
the
cart.
current owner of the
Um,
cart. Sorry.
Did after all this is
Everyone's
Threw us
happening,
off a little section.
did we get the benefits of the long rest?
No. You've
Quick
been asleep
question.
for roughly 3 hours.
You said that we were slightly separated. Some of us were upstairs, some of us
Yep.
were downstairs. How many
Yep.
were downstairs again?
2 were downstairs and 3 were upstairs. Gelzermo is upstairs.
I'm going to be in one of the downstairs rooms.
I'm upstairs.
Okay.
I'm running to his room.
Okay. You see him struggling to pry off, and it's getting deeper. It's starting to burrow into his eye, and you can see that it's actually starting to latch in, and part of it's starting to encroach and start to crawl into his mouth. He has not been as lucky as you all have.
I also will run into his room. I would have stayed upstairs too, I think. A
I guess
quick
I'm
question.
downstairs.
How long did it take me to like wrestle that thing off of my face? Was I interacting with this creature for at least 1 minute?
You rolled so well that literally you woke up and just tore it off. It freaked you out real
Okay.
bad, but you got it off in a matter of seconds.
Okay.
Am I able to move and try to scoop up this creature in the glamour weave and just hold it?
I'll get back to you in a second, but I'm going to tell you, you
Okay,
pick up your
yeah.
glamour weave and it's empty,
Okay.
and you see behind it there's a crack in the wall.
Okay.
Okay, so
I figured I wouldn't be able to catch the thing, but may as well check.
So are Rosina and I there in the room at the same time?
Yes, you are in there at the same time. You can attempt to help your friend with I'll take away your disadvantage because you're helping each other.
Yeah,
But only
that's what
one
I
of
was
you
gonna
gets
say.
to roll. I'll let you pick.
What are we gonna try and do, Icarus, to get this off?
It's getting
We're gonna-
worse.
Okay, I'm
Rosina-
just gonna try and pull it off. Yeah. I'm gonna
Rosina, pull it off. I'll burn it.
Make a strength.
Okay. Just at regular?
Yep.
Strength. 20.
Fantastic. You manage to, you literally are like, I know how this works, and you just grab it and you rip it off. Gelzermo, thing was burrowed into you, so you're going to go ahead and take, you're going to take 2 piercing damage as it gets ripped out of your face. So
I
it's,
cast. No, I was kidding.
I cast sadness. And now that you have rescued your comrade, you are holding this thing. It is freaking out.
Fuck no, I'm not.
It's gonna try to escape. However fruitless that's gonna be. All right, make an opposed strength check. It's making a dexterity save to try to escape you.
25.
It does not. Go ahead and oh hell, it as it's trying to wriggle, you're like crushing down, and as you're crushing it, trying to hold on to it, you literally smash it. It's just it crushes and just in your hands, and just falls limply in 2 pieces to the floor, and it lets out this blood curdling screech, and it seems to be dead. But the entire place is in chaos. Still, there's people screaming. It's slowly starting to die out. You're not quite sure what's happening. There's someone that ran past Gelzermo's door, and you hear a thud. There's people moving around downstairs, and suddenly, with how long this all took, you hear people, like, you hear the doors fly open, and there's people running out, and then you start hearing thud, 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 as it seems like bodies are just hitting the floor.
That can't be good.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I'm gonna head out and see if I can catch one of the people before they collapse.
You as you walk out the door of your room, or as you start to pay attention to what's going on outside of your room now that you've walked out, there's the bartender, the barmaid. During the night before, she was very jovial, very happy. She's obviously shook from the experience. She seems to be okay. You see a little bit of blood on her face as well, like maybe she had to fight off one of these things. And then as you look around, you see that there's a bunch of bodies just kind of like haphazardly just on the floor. And as you look at them, the ones that are face up anyway, you notice something's off about them. You're not quite sure what it is yet, but something's not right. So we'll get back to you in a second. What's everyone else doing?
I'm making sure that Zermo is okay. I mean, he took damage, but want to make sure there's no lasting damage, basically.
It's okay. I'm ugly enough. Josermo's gonna go and grab all his things, and he's just be like, "I'm going to stick with you two."
Okay.
Well, stick with her. If things
I'm
get bad, I'm gonna
downstairs.
be
How
on
much of this
fire.
is how much of this
agree.
is
I will stick
aware
with her.
downstairs?
Okay. So you are downstairs. So as you come out of your room, you kind of see the same thing as Grim Eyes. I'm assuming that you were all exiting the room around this time. So you're all walking out. You three, Gelzermo, Icarus, and Rosina, as you're coming out, you look down the stairs and you see these bodies strewn about the floor. It just seems like they're either dead or not moving at the very least.
I
As you
I
walk
feel I should
by,
mention. Grim Eyes isn't wearing armor at the moment.
Good
It's
for
just
Grim Eyes.
his cloak of protection, some like shitty clothes.
That's fine. That's fine. And
So
as you three are walking out, you happen to cross a body, like kind of between you and the stairs, and it was one of the guys that was at the bar last night. You remember hearing him, you know, lamenting the loss of his patron and just drowning himself in booze, and just didn't want to talk to anybody, but pity party for one. And you see that his face is a mangled mess. Um, the you see that the one of the worms has crawled halfway into his eye and crushed it, but it looks like they both paid the price there. Somehow, as it was crawling in, it killed him, and he managed to fight it off enough to rip part of it, and it's dead too. So you got a unfortunate, looks like a warlock or ex-warlock between you and the downstairs. Now, you on the bottom floor, as you walk out, and I need you two to make a perception check.
Oh,
Are we
the
still at
ones walking
disadvantage
down.
since
Yes, you are at
no?
disadvantage because you are all still exhausted.
all right, I
Okay.
can't roll any worse than that. So an 11.
11,
That's
I have
fine.
a
as
plus
well.
10 to
I
perception.
think.
Come on.
Wait, no. I got a
4.
Okay. So,
I am.
Icarus, this is just quite the sight for you, so you're not really picking up on anything specific. You know something's hinky, but you can't quite pick it out. Grim Eyes, as you're watching and you're looking at these people on the floor, you're starting to see what it is that's weird. You see their faces change. They're slowly melting away, but not in the sense of like skin falling off, but more of just their faces are kind of closing up. Think of the Matrix with Mr. Anderson, where he, Neo gets his mouth just moved, and it's
Hmm.
just all identifiable features are starting to turn into just a blank mannequin-esque face. And that happens over like the next 60 seconds or so, and then it's just a blank slate.
Um, is the same thing happening to the barmaid, or is she fine?
No, she's fine. She's just
Okay.
freaking out, and she
As
sees she's talking to
as
someone,
well
and
one
someone runs
should.
out to go get like. Just it seems like they weren't free. They were kind of messed up too, but they weren't having the same issues. They ran out to the
Yeah.
door to go. Looks like get help, perhaps.
Okay. Um,
And you all
I
come
am of
down the
course thinking.
stairs. So as Grim Eyes is staring at this scene and watching all this happen, as you're walking down the stairs, all three of you, please make perception checks as you're looking at these unfortunate souls on the floor.
Perception again.
I'm an inquisitive sort, so I'm probably not just standing and staring. I have started to kneel and poke at at the faces with like a stick or something.
Hmm.
It's in my class. I'm sorry. I'm an inquisitive.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just shaking my head at poor Gelzermo, who cannot perceive anything.
Got an 8.
All right. So unfortunately, it looks like the only person that has seen anything is Icarus. You start to notice the same thing. As you're walking down, you see that their facial features are just slowly molding into a
That's
solid
weird.
blank featureless face. They
Why
don't
do I?
you can still see that their chest is going up and down, like somehow they're still breathing. They're not dead. But they are most certainly not themselves anymore.
Oh shit. We need a team meeting because something has gone wrong. And
Yeah, there's
if we're not
bodies
quick
all
about-
everywhere.
So I'm not going to make anybody roll perception on this. You all see Grim Eyes has literally walked up to the bodies and just started poking at the faces and just being like, that's weird. So now that you can see what he's doing, you all kind of pick up on what the real issue is here. These people's faces are gone.
I'm going to wager that if we're not quick about solving this or at least figuring out what's happening, we are going to get blamed because we just came from out of town.
We
So
should find somewhere else to have this talk, and also safety.
Grim Ice, it's about the who which of you were the ones that actually recognized the totems? Grim Ice?
Not me.
Okay,
No.
Grim Ice, when he says that, you literally have the thought of, oh, these things came out of those totems that came from the cart.
Wait, hold on. You're in the other direction from me. There we go. Pointing at you properly now. Those they came out of totems from your cart.
Don't blame my card for this.
Oh, I'm not blaming your cart. I'm blaming probably whoever stole them from your cart.
Zarmo quickly looks at Icarus, but then realizes, oh, those are bad ones.
So like
okay.
the items from Gelzermo's cart, or the items that like I picked up like a top or something. Are we
Okay,
talking about those?
so I need you to make a perception check. Actually, no, I'm gonna do this. Okay, no. All right. So, Rosina, sorry, and Vars, you don't realize until you reach into your pocket or wherever you've been keeping it. Your top is gone.
It
That should-
it was in my pocket, but it's
That as you
I
reach into your pocket, you realize that all that's left is just remnants of this top.
Told you they were cursed.
do you have your item?
No, I never took an item.
Do I have mine? Is a good question.
In Vars, you have a sudden thought of, oh, Snaky.
Oh
Where's
no!
my small stuffed animal snake from my past? This is a childhood toy. Where
And
is it?
as you reach to look for it, all you find is just the remnant outer casing of it, and it's covered in the thick, gelatinous slime.
It tried to get my stuffed animal.
Hun,
Do I have my little booklet?
Yeah, anything that you all got from the cart is destroyed, like it was burst through from the inside out.
But it was pieces of paper.
Yeah.
It's magic, honey. Don't try to question it. It's just going to give you a headache.
Zarmo's gonna quickly
I
rush
had a
outside
headache
to
to
see
start with.
if the cart's still there.
As you run outside, the cart is still there.
You son of a bitch.
However,
You son of a
there are multiple items, and as you look harder at it, you look and all of the items on there were actually just these totems. And there's
I hate this
a
place.
mass of them just shattered and crushed on the ground.
I just look and go, oh, goddess, no.
My FICO score has gone down tremendously.
As you are staring at disbelief at that which you have wrought upon yourself, you hear a very stern voice approaching the inn, and a battle-hardened man, long hair, very stern face, stubble, carrying a warhammer, walks up and walks inside and says, "What in the hell? Oh my God!" And he looks around and he's like, "What happened here?" And then you start to hear a conversation between this gentleman and the barmaid. Rosina, you recognize this gentleman as the leader of the Legion of the Dead, at least the sergeant. I think it's the sergeant. Yeah, Lacroix. Uh, One of literally the guard for the Yonder side and the folks that take care of the problems when warlock deals go terribly awry. It is obviously a big issue when this guy shows up. So you see him walk in the front door, just disbelief and talking. He goes, "Who knows what's going on here? Who else was here?" And then you see the barmaid kind of like, pointing, to the people that are still up. There's a couple of them. And then she points towards you all that are, this couple of you that are standing by the doorway. And, the two of you that are outside staring at the cart. And he goes, I need to ask some questions to everybody that was here. What did you see? Everyone come here, please. And it is a tone of, I'm not fucking around. It is an order.
Absolutely. I don't remember seeing much because I think it was hiding inside of some manner of object that I had put a covering on top of before I went to sleep. And I woke up to what sounded like an egg hatching. And I cast a spell and it fled. I don't know where to, but there was a hole in the wall where it fled towards when it fled away from me. And after that, I got out here as quickly as I could and saw people falling over, their faces melting. Oh, I'm not awake enough for this shit.
All right.
All I know is that I woke up and I had one of these creatures on my face. And I don't know if it's relevant, but it is strange enough. I had extremely vivid dreams, like beyond ordinary dreams that turned into nightmares. Some sort of voice saying, "Wake up." I don't know. All I know is that something has gone terribly wrong.
So you all seem like
Sergeant.
you can handle yourselves. But no, you wanted to say something, ma'am?
Yes, we picked up some items on our recent journey, and it looks like all of them have been destroyed. I was thinking maybe they were infected with this parasite or something. It was disguised. I don't know.
Look, I honestly do not have the manpower to do this. We are stretched thin as it is with all of the other issues going on inside the city. Based on what you've just told me, somehow you know more about this than the average person. You're able to handle yourselves. So I need you to figure out what the hell is going on.
Sure.
He reaches into a pack and he pulls out some papers and he's like, all right, fine, here. I'm going to deputize you, at least for the time being, which will give you a little bit freer access to both sides as long as you don't cause any trouble. You succeeded this, you get this stop, you figure out what the problem is. We'll get you rewards and titles suitable for your deeds. If you want to join us,
Sure.
awesome. If you don't, whatever, but we'll make it worth your while. I would, but we've got so much going on with all these warlocks making terrible deals.
Can do one question, and then you can go deal with whatever the hell is happening in this city. Is there someone we can talk to get names of whoever was selling items on that bridge? I think that's some place that we can start, at least start tracing where the items came from.
I'd honestly recommend going back to the Black Span. That's the place where you go for crazy shit like this.
And I'm gonna look in the bag and just start going through all the papers.
Which bag are you looking for? His
the
bag?
one that
No,
one that
he
just
literally like he pulled out some papers and then he's like
okay.
he's writing stuff down. He's like, I need your
Oh,
names,
okay.
obviously, and then I'll get this.
Okay.
all the
Yeah,
rest.
because I thought he just handed me over the bag. I was like, what the fuck am I doing with this?
And he literally hands each one of you kind of a badge looking thing. It's what the hell is it? Oh, okay, here it is. It's in the shape of the knight captain. It's in a shield configuration with a linked chain around the edges, and it's got a burning fire in the center, which glows, displaying the authority of the watch even at night. So even if you're out in the middle of the night, you'll still be able to see this badge. You just wear this. Make sure you tell anyone who you come across, you know, this is what you're investigating. You're doing it on my behalf. As long as you don't cause any trouble, there won't be any issues. Just please figure out what this is as soon as possible. Because, and I need y'all to make a perception check.
Disadvantage still.
Is that everybody?
Yep, everybody.
Perception at
God.
disadvantage.
Not the worst. 10.
17.
All right.
17.
Cool.
13.
Anybody that got, you know what? I'll just give it. You all notice that some of the bodies are starting to move a little bit, and one of them
Don't
stands
like
up
that.
and just
Nope.
starts running for the door.
I am going to cast Enthrall on it.
Okie dokie.
At we'll say 4th level. If that's even a thing I can upcast. No, it's not. Okay, yeah, so just Enthrall.
Save.
Wisdom, 17.
It keeps running.
Okay.
Is it running past us? Can I punch it?
If you're standing by the door, you can get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Actions.
Should have gone for hideous laughter. Son of a bitch.
That's an 18 to the maul.
That says 24 to me.
Oh, 24. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit. So are you actually using your claws, or are you just punching it?
No, I'm just trying to lay this guy out so that we can, tie him up or whatever.
Okay, what's your strength?
So
Your
my
modifier anyway?
strength modifier is +1.
Okay. It just takes a hit to the side of the head and just keeps going. It's running out into the darkness. And as that happens, you see the Night Captain being like, "What the hell?" And they all, like, more of them start moving. Some of them get up, and they start, like, one of them runs at the Night Captain. The Night Captain, you just see swift as hell just grab his great hammer and just smash, and this thing's head just splatters. And you see what's left of the brain matter and remnants of this worm that are just festering inside of its head, and a little bit just flailing out of the neck socket. And then it just drops to the floor. And the other ones, like, instinctively after that, just start running for the door at the same time. They all just start heading out into the night.
Oh shit!
I closed the door.
You managed to stop a
you know
couple.
what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna Tosh's hideous laughter. One of them.
Okay.
I want to see if these things can laugh.
That is the most morbid shit. Go ahead.
So
And the head falls off, and there's a little
17.
worm going, hee.
Oh. This is the most
All right.
horrifying
What's the save?
thing.
What's the save for that?
Wisdom 17.
It does not save. It is not so much a physical laugh as it is a shrieking cackle that is not out loud, but you hear it in your head.
Oh boy, they are psionic.
It's laughing on the inside.
It's laughing in my head. Is what it's doing. I don't like it.
And it's laughing, and then it manages to regain itself and runs out. And they've scattered, they've scattered off into the darkness. They've gone in completely different directions. And he goes, "Okay, this is a bigger problem than I thought. This needs to be handled right now. Damn it!" And he just charges out, and he goes off the opposite direction, chasing some of them into this way opposite of the bridge that he told you all to go to.
Fuck.
So, a quick question.
Yeah.
We spent a couple minutes like interacting with these things and watching them, right?
Mhm.
Can I use Know Your Enemy to get information about them, like their strength, dexterity, constitution, armor class, total HP, and class levels?
Jesus Christ. How's that work? Is that just you spent time looking at them.
If you
Yeah,
spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside of combat, you learn
Yep.
this.
You know that these are literally just they're not powerful. They're just people. For whatever reason, like they seem more intelligent than maybe they once were. Um, I
Ugh.
will after this. I'll send you a shot of what it looks like. But
Sounds good.
they are significantly weaker than you all.
Okay.
Okay.
I know it's probably not, but the first thing my mind went to when I heard worm and going behind eyes was, swear to God, if he just threw fucking a lift at us.
Ah.
I was thinking more like the head crabs.
Those two.
So okay, so
So-
let's
Uh,
quick. Let's collect
We need to
all our
go.
facts together. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
walk,
we need
but
to
we're
let's put our armor on and then go back to the black span and start investigating.
and if I find that guy and it turns out that he did this on purpose, things are gonna go on fire. So just warning you.
All right. So, you spend however long it takes to don your armor. I know that one of you actually will take a bit because you wear the fancy armor, and everyone else just wears whatever. So you've all got your armor. You're all jazzed up. You're still. This is the longest night, and it is
And
now the
and it's like what, like
beginning of
10
the
in
day.
the morning?
Yeah, literally, you went to sleep at around like two. No, you went to sleep around like 8 o'clock in the morning, and
Yeah.
it is now like
Well, after
11,
dawn.
11:30. So people around you, like you saw the screaming and then people just separating and just running away because it freaked them out. But now, like as things have kind of calmed down a little bit as you've been armoring up, people are just like sitting around talking, going, "What the hell was that? Did you see that shit? What the?" And people are like, "I'm going home. I'm done with today. No more. I'm out." And they're like, they just start, running off into different directions.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Okay. So first of all, we still have the cart here. Is there anything useful on the cart, like initials, like literally
Yeah,
anything?
I'd like to do some investigating with my inquisitive class.
Okay, cool. You actually look at it. There's like a few of them that are still not like completely shattered. They're empty. Like something came out of them. They're empty, but when you look at it on the bottom, it just says "Good luck."
Oh, come on. Whoever's doing this has a sick sense of humor.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were disguised as childhood toys. Something psionic, something to do with dreams. You saw your childhood top. You saw the thing that would save your business. So obviously, it can change its appearance slightly to appeal to its audience.
You know, it's weird. I didn't even dream. I just woke up hearing the damn thing. You guys had dreams?
Yeah, it was a great dream, and then it turned into a
Ugh.
terrible dream.
I don't want to
God,
talk
I didn't
about
even
my
get the
dreams.
benefit of a nightmare. I hate this.
And
Sad about no
but
dreams.
I do remember that there was a voice. So
Yes.
a voice. Okay, so this is definitely deliberate. He was selling them. Our
So,
best chance is to find that shopkeeper.
so the one thing you recognize, Icarus, is that voice was the voice of your patron, screaming at you to wake up.
Oh,
The rest of you heard a voice. You didn't recognize it, and it didn't seem like it'd be coming from a creaky, cackly, whatever the hell those things were.
it was my patron.
I heard
Oh.
a voice too, but I don't. Was that your patron?
What was it? A deep voice?
Yeah. Do I remember what it sounded like?
It was yours was a sultry feminine voice. Invar's, yours was it was a voice tinged with a bit of madness, like out of its fucking gourd. Gelzermo, yours was very soft timbre, uh, not quite deep in the sense that he's describing, but more along the lines of like yes, think think a Lloyd for your reference.
All right. So,
Mine was a sexy voice.
all right. Should got even more fucked. We've got my patron involved. If it's important enough for him to come off of vacation, okay, fuck walking. We're running to this bridge, and we are going to find this shopkeeper. Because I don't know about you, but if my patron is talking to me directly and not swearing at me, that's a problem. That's a real problem.
It was the shop of needful things.
You still have
Wantful
the
things?
sign on the side of the
Wantful
cart, I
things.
believe. So it's you'll remember it was the shop of wantful things.
Wantful, yeah. I couldn't remember if it was needful or wantful, and
Yeah,
it
it
was
was just
bugging
this
me.
cart with wheels that came up and it could drop down and just be like a stand. But it was the only one you saw like it on the bridge.
Okay. So I assume all this time that we've been talking, we've been walking towards this.
Kind of hurrying towards the bridge. Yep. So you make it to the bridge. You see some of the same places. Now that it's kind of midday, some more places have kind of opened up. You see the normal ones that you recognize, specifically. Where the hell is my list? Bezobles, Bobbles, Tolliver's Tentporium. You see a new one kind of popped up. It's called the Necromantic Encounter. You see another one called where the hell did I not highlight that one? Uh, mm,
The unhighlighted hell. Yes.
yeah, the Mind Lock, and then you see another one just called the Biscuit Tin.
Don't go there. It's too silly.
Okay.
Well, I mean, this seemed to be a rather had something for everybody. I suppose if we asked around to see who, if anyone knows who the previous owner was, we might find the name at least.
Yeah, so we know that Bozobo's Bobbles was there the day before, and he saw the owner pass by right outside. So
Yeah, because he also saw us buy it.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, so maybe he'd know something.
let's check with him first.
Here, I don't remember.
I'm just
My
gonna say it
memory
was
is
a she because I
awful.
don't remember either.
Okay, she. Maybe they were gender fluid. Changed just day by day.
Yeah, whatever.
I can respect that.
Yeah, same.
So let's check there first. They're the most likely to know at least something. Mind block sounds like it might be useful because we've got intrusive, like literally inside their heads. So
And it was in mine as well, if you remember. When I made it laugh, it was laughing in my head.
yes,
Ugh.
yes.
All right, so you've
So-
got a few places to go. So you want to take a group vote on where you go first?
I vote for Bizzo,
Yeah.
those bobbles.
The
Yeah.
bobbles.
Let's go to
Alright.
the bobbles.
Bubbles.
You head over there. You see the female halfling just kind of rooting through things, playing with the kaleidoscope again, just kind of staring. And welcome back.
Didn't that kaleidoscope? Oh no, that was her kaleidoscope. I thought that
She
the
just puts it back
kaleidoscope
up on
was
the
for
upper shelf.
wantful
How can
things.
I help?
So we've been unfortunately put in charge of an investigation. We were hoping that you could help provide some details because, quite frankly, shit's gone to hell. Do you remember the guy with the cart, the wantful things cart?
Yeah, that guy. He's relatively new. He just kind of showed up a couple weeks ago. I don't know. I didn't really get a chance to talk to him. He seemed amiable enough. Tried to sell me something, but I was like, I've got enough stuff. Tried to sell him some stuff. He didn't want anything. So I don't know.
You were very lucky because his stuff had worms that are erasing people's faces. So you can see why we're a little panicked.
That's gross. Can I interest you in any of my wares so that you
Not
leave
right
with your worm
now.
people?
Do you have
If I-
anything that would protect the mind?
I got a helmet.
You know what? I'll buy the helmet.
Okay. What are you willing to get for it?
Does it do anything special? Or is it just a helmet?
I don't know. I just got it this morning.
50 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Hands you over a helmet. It's cool looking helmet. It's kind of got a samurai-esque feel to it. So it'd be
I was
something that
gonna
I
ask
believe
if
that
it was like,
Rosina's into.
Magneto.
Yeah. No, not a Magneto helmet. No, unfortunately.
Darn.
Nothing so special.
Your helmet's really stylish, Grim Eyes.
Yes, and now it's protecting my head from worms.
Okay.
Anybody else? I'm sorry, I don't know him, and I don't know if I'll be able to help you. He's new.
Well,
I mean,
We just figured you might have recognized him or known something like a name, but if he's new,
he usually walks up and down the bridge. I mean, someone may know which direction he comes from normally. I don't know. You
okay.
could try Biscuit's been here for a while. Shanti's been here. Maybe check with one of them.
All right.
Biscuit.
Thank you for your time. If you see him, please send something. Let us know, or just like, I don't know, throw something at us as we pass by.
I got bouncy balls.
I want
No,
another bouncy ball,
please.
actually.
10 gold.
All right.
Okay.
It came in handy.
Cool.
I
I'm glad it
guess.
was helpful.
Okay.
Was it magical?
No, just a bouncy ball.
Oh, okay.
Useful though.
Extraordinarily, like, unusually bouncy. Like, it didn't slow down at all. So,
It slowed down a little bit.
oh, when a clock shot at it.
All right, that's weird.
Yes, we've had a
Clocks?
weird day. So
It's
have
been a very
day.
strange day.
We're gonna go talk to Biscuit. Thank you.
Okay.
As we walk out,
Mhm.
Josemo, underneath his elven cloak, he's gonna rub his ring of mind shielding. He's gonna telepathically talk to everybody. Real quickly, I don't know what happened or transpired back at our residence when we were sleeping, but I did just remember that I do have something that may give us the advantage further in this investigation. I have a special item that allows me to talk to you and allows all of you to talk back to me. It seems that you, Grimeyes, have been looking for something to protect your mind. I hardly doubt that we can find such items that could encompass all of us. So I want to forewarn you that we have one item that's on me. So if we continue our investigation, I want to just remind everyone that if you make some perceptions on certain things, feel free to tell me so I can tell the rest of the party. And it's like
So
entering
put
your
you
mind.
at the front is what I'm hearing.
No, don't put me at the front. Just tell me things that you don't want to be spoken out loud.
All right, fair enough.
So communication center. That's
Yes.
useful.
That's my hub.
I'll
correct.
continue talking to people. I know the languages. I know some of the customs, so I can at least do
mean-
that.
Yeah, really for me, all I wanted was something just. I don't want them going into my face.
Fair
Oh.
enough.
No, fair enough, and that's why I'm happy I have this
Yeah.
item. It'll allow us to give us a clear line of communication to conduct this investigation. If we're dealing with whatever those creatures are that almost ripped my face off, they can also feed on our memories. That's not good. If they can hear our thoughts, also not good. Thankfully, this item also protects my thoughts. Unfortunately, it doesn't protect your thoughts, but we can talk in secret. So, as we continue this investigation, this should prove useful.
If you have some paper, you could also take down notes just in case. Or
If I have time, I could actually create magical writing for us to only see up to 24 hours, but that's
Uh,
gonna take a long rest.
yeah, just something to keep in mind. Anyway, over to biscuits, was it?
Yep, biscuit.
I wonder if he's the British kind or the American kind.
I just hope he's friendly.
Well, if we spend a little
So-
money and buy something,
Since no one asked, where are you heading?
We're heading to biscuit.
So the
Biscuit
biscuit
tin.
tin. Okay.
Yep, the biscuit tin.
So you all
The
walk
biscuit
up.
tin.
It's a medium-sized tent. As you're walking up, you see a hunched over figure scrounging in a box. He's like, "No, no, I can't. Where did I put it? Where is it? Is it over there? No, that's where I left the lasagna. Oh, hello. I'm just opening. Hi." And
Hello,
as he
friend.
stands up, you see a red kobold. Just he seems very like jittery. And he pulls down his hood on his cloak, and he's wearing a chef's hat. And he's like, "I was about to make breakfast, and I'm gonna go look at my cookbook." And he walks over
Are
to the side of the
you
tent.
sure? Are you sure you're allowed in the kitchen?
I think
I
he's
haven't been told
fine.
I'm not allowed in the kitchen.
I think he's fine.
That's
over
not
to
funny.
You.
That's not funny. You can't give me the same restrictions. Sorry. Okay. And he goes over and he picks up a book. It's like this beautiful bound like tome off of it's like at the edge of the tent, and it just simply says underneath, "Do not touch." And he picks it up and he goes, "Ah, yes." He sets it down. He turns around and he's fiddling with some stuff in a cart, and he's pulling out some things. He's pulling out eggs. He pulls out what appears to be some weird fleshy piece of meat, and he's throwing it in a pan. He's like, "How can I help?" And he's not looking at you. He's just kind of making his thing.
Well, we were told that you're one of the longest residents on this bridge. We're trying to find one of the shopkeepers, and he's caused a lot of problems. So
Shopkeeper. They're all over the place. This is a place of shops. What kind of shopkeeper? What kind of shop does he keep?
The owner of the Wantful Things, the one with the cart with all those items on it. He's been here for a couple weeks, but we're trying to find which side of the bridge he comes from.
Oh, weird one. I think he comes from the left or the right. I don't know. He stopped in and I gave him a pomegranate and he ate it. I have items. Do you want to buy items? I have items. I have shinies. I will sell them for a price. Also, I have breakfast. Would you like to have breakfast? And as you see,
There's been a
he
lot.
literally just like he's looking at you, and he casts a fire spell at the cooking pot, and he's like, "Breakfast is done," or is it dinner? Is it lunch? What time is it? Where
I think
are we?
it's lunch. Although for us it's breakfast. We
Oh.
haven't slept.
And he throws eggs in there, shell and all. He's like, "Breakfast then."
I will kind of intervene, and as a chef with the chef feed, I will help him cook breakfast.
You're one of us? That's amazing. Come on. No, she's not. Get out of the kitchen. He says no.
I can help.
He says,
Oh,
He
okay.
said, well, wait. He said maybe.
Who?
Oh, I'm not supposed to tell.
Oh,
You're a warlock, aren't you?
Huh? Everyone here's a warlock. Everyone here in this space. He just looks at himself.
do I look like a warlock?
You're not in my space. Well, you're getting a little close. Do you
Just
want to be?
trying to get the eggshells out of the eggs.
Oh, you want me to do
Okay.
that? I don't know if that's going to work. Okay. He literally in the middle of your conversation, he breaks out and he just starts talking to himself. And he walks over and he picks up the book and he goes, "Okay," and he just throws it behind him and towards you all.
I would like to try to catch it.
Okay. Make a dex check.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
This is gonna be so cursed.
15.
Ah, you catch it. And the moment your hand touches it, you hear in your head, "Nice. You'll do." And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Shit.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, everybody. Thanks
Oh,
for joining us,
no.
and we can't wait to see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of the night.